The Commonwealth Government is implementing a contentious scheme to punish hospitals where patients suffer avoidable complications, by withholding funding. The states fear the change will eat into hospital budgets when those budgets are already stretched thinly. Patients might rightly fear this is just another way for the Commonwealth to reduce its share of public hospital costs and will therefore end up reducing the quality of care rather than increasing it. They needn't worry. Despite appearances, individual states and hospitals will not be penalized by the new quality adjustment funding. To understand why, we need to delve into the complex system that governs public hospital funding in Australia. Further reading: withdrawing funding for hospitals. Mistakes probably won't lead to better patient care. The latest hospitals funding agreement between the Commonwealth and the states includes a new safety and quality adjustment. The first tranche of the scheme took effect on July 1 this year and focuses on a short list of sentinel, or catastrophic, events, such as procedures involving the wrong patient or body part resulting in death, or an infant being discharged to the wrong family. The rhetoric is that these events should never occur and there should be no payment to hospitals if they do. There are only about 100 such events across Australia in any year. The second tranche, the one that has the states nervous, is scheduled to take effect from July 1 next year. This expands the focus to more frequent complications, things like falls, infections and pressure injuries, which occur in about 2% of all admissions. The rhetoric here is that hospital-acquired complications can be prevented with best clinical practice, and there should be a financial penalty if they occur. But the reality of how the so-called penalties will work won't match the rhetoric. Here is why. How quality adjustment is supposed to penalize breaches. Commonwealth funding to public hospitals has two components: a base amount, complemented by a growth component. The size of the growth component depends on the number and type of patients treated in public hospitals. Under the growth component, payment for each type of hospital patient is based on the annual change in activity, measured in national weighted activity units and paid for at the National Efficient Price. The National Efficient Price is based on the average cost of the procedure, test or treatment. It is determined each year using data on public hospital costs from 3 years before, adjusted for inflation. The Commonwealth pays 45% of the cost for the increase in the number of patients treated since 2014-15. Read more. Remind me again, what's the problem with hospital funding? Under the new quality adjustment system, the funding value for a treatment or procedure will be reduced where the patient suffers a hospital-acquired complication. The size of the funding cut will reflect the expected extra treatment cost caused by the particular hospital-acquired complications, adjusted for any characteristics of the patient which make him or her inherently more susceptible to a particular complication. Why it won't penalize breaches?